Hello, everybody. My name is Jackson Malone, here with Weasel News, and I'm here with Mayor-elect Miss Brandi Winona-Rose Meadows. Hi, Brandi.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm so good. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good, good. First and foremost, congratulations on your absolute landslide of a victory. How are you feeling after letting the dust settle and giving yourself the weekend to celebrate your success?
I'm feeling good. I like honestly, the day after I woke up, I was like, man, I can't wait till the election happens. I was like, wait, it did happen. Oh snap, I won. So it was kind of still settling in, but I'm very excited. I feel really good about it. This chair feels really nice. I'm excited.
It looks really nice. It looks really nice. That's important. Um, yeah, amazing. I'm very excited. What do you believe were the key factors that help you overcome the challenges in this race?
I think that some of the key factors were the fact that I continued to believe in myself and in the city and having faith in myself and the city, staying true to myself and just kind of trusting in the process. I know there were some hurdles having to deal with like other candidates and things, but definitely making sure to have that trust in myself and in the city to um, vote and just kind of give me that hope that coming in that we were going to work together has definitely like I honestly just thought whether there's a title or not, Brandy's gonna be Brandy. I'm gonna be me. And like, it's just, yeah, nothing was gonna really change other than having that title. I was always gonna continue to work for us.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people definitely like knew that going into it and, marking your name down, that regardless, if you won or not, you would be involved in your own brandy way.
Yeah.
Um, so what lessons did you learn from those challenges and how will those lessons inform your approach as mayor here in Evergreen?
Um, so what I learned, even though kind of maybe not engaging or being reactionary, um, is the best way to go about it. Standing ground is also a very good way to go about it. I know that there were some comments about not knowing whether I was strong enough or tough enough for the job just due to some circumstances that had happened. But I just also did not want to cause more of a ruckus than necessary, of course. I always feel like if you're leading by example, then you don't want to be that reactionary person that shows, oh man, they're not able to handle the weight of many situations very well. But I also wanted to be like courteous with the events that were happening. So I definitely like if for some reason I do have to deal with that tough situation. I mean, obviously, if anything comes to the city, I'm not just gonna like run away. But I will make it known like physically and like verbally that I am having a strong stance on it. I'm standing my ground and that I am here to stay.
Right. I love that so much. Thank you. Thank you. Can you speak to the role of your supporters and how they contributed to your success?
Oh my gosh. I mean, without them, obviously, I would not be here. All of the outpour and support from everybody um, was so sweet and honestly so overwhelming. The amount of congratulations that I got, the amount of people just saying, hey, we're gonna, like, we're voting for you. We're rooting on, like, we're rooting for you. It was great. And honestly, it kept me going throughout this campaign when there were those times where I was like, oh man, it's really rough. I'm hearing the things or seeing the things, and it's really rough. But having those cheers on within the Evergram and throughout the city, they kept me going. They kept me in this race.
Yeah, that's so lovely. And I think, you know, the 65 votes on top of what you already had that separated you from, the person behind you speak to that. I mean, you definitely had supporters and they showed it for you for sure.
Yes.
Let's get into the nitty gritty though. What are your immediate priorities now that you've taken office? How do you plan to address them?
So I was already down on the first floor earlier today, kind of sizing up the building, looking at the front desk, seeing where we can have space next to Daryl for people to um, possibly work as far as our citizens behind the counter, to get a welcome center started, as well as a help desk for anybody that might be in need of it. They'll be able to give them assistance with how to get their license issued or work any of the city jobs, and also kind of help with guidance on where things may be or how to do certain things. And then also to the left wing, we were going to start with the job employment center where there's gonna be a job recruiter that'll be able to assist citizens within the city that are looking for employment with getting ready for their interviews, even getting some of those interviews scheduled with some of the local businesses, and hopefully get some more people paid and bodies in the buildings.
Amazing. So lots in store, lots on your plate already.
Yeah.
I think people can feel confident that you're working towards getting stuff done immediately. That's amazing. I appreciate
Yes.
that. Do you have any plans to work with your competitors? Have any of them reached out to you since?
I do have plans on working with some of them. I did. Oriana was at the announcement, was there, and like I said during the debate, that there are multiple ideas that the competitors had. That I was like, man, if we can just all get together and be on the same like mindset and kind of work harmoniously, we would be a powerhouse kind of thing. And so, one of the things that I really liked and wanted to try to get initiated was the continuing education idea that Oriana had. So if we were to expand on the university and get those courses going where people with extraordinary skills that are more than willing to teach those skills to others of the community wanted to do so, they'd have a place to do it, and looking to maybe have Oriana run that up.
Amazing. That's exciting. It's
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, okay. So just Oriana then? The other three have been
No,
relatively
so
silent, or?
yeah, no, so Tom did reach out as well, just kind of give the congratulations. So did Montel and Flynn. And so with Tom, I was hoping to maybe get like some assistance with the Chamber of Commerce because I know they were very much advocating for the businesses as well. Maybe we can find something with the like EMS or somewhere like PD with Montel and Flynn. I'm still kind of on the fence of figuring out where they would be able to assist, but I know that they'd be able to because they did have some strong points in those areas as well. So I do hope to make it to where I'd be able to work with them in the future as long as it's like, harmonious.
Oh, definitely. That's important. And I think, as you said, powerhouse, between
Yeah.
the five of you, if you were able to work something out, I think, yeah, I mean, everybody would end up happy.
Yeah.
So it's good to know we're working towards that. Okay. How do you plan to engage with the community and ensure transparency during your time in office?
And so I do want to try to have town hall meetings, whether it's like monthly or every other month. I want to try to have those town hall meetings where we can listen to those concerns. It's not just going around and having like when I walk into a building going, "Hey, how's everybody doing today?" It's more like giving them a chance to come in, get on the agenda if they have any ideas that can help with the betterment of the city, and give them a chance to really voice their wants, their needs, any concerns they may have, and kind of have it that way where we can come to determinations together. I can take it back to the government and see what we can do, and then also kind of relay that back. But I definitely want to make sure to be as transparent as possible, within my power, of course, to get the word out there and make sure that everybody is on the up and up on what's going on.
Yeah, I do. I mean, personally, and I feel like I could speak, for quite a few people when I say that communication and transparency is lacking in
Hmm.
terms of, how government officials, them being PD, EMS, et cetera, informs the public. So I, do just want to say I do think that communication and transparency are key to success within
Yes.
your term as mayor.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Very exciting. All right, looking ahead, What are the most significant long-term challenges that the city faces, and how do you plan to tackle them?
So I think the economy is always going to be something that is going to be um, that battle that we have. But I know that with the like continued partnership of everybody within the city, even if we have to kind of like work together to accomplish those goals, whether it's maybe like if we don't get pay raises right now, we can help each other where we can with like tips or things like that when you know people are struggling. Um, until we can get to that point where we can have those long-term goals that take a little bit longer, maybe outside of my term, hopefully into the next term, fingers crossed. But if that doesn't happen, like at least in some term where we do continue seeing that upward motion that leads us closer to those goals, and not necessarily just us standing there and going, oh well, it's there in front of us but it's not attainable, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I really appreciate that. I'm really excited to see um, where the city grows to, and where we get to.
Yeah.
This is like I probably like what officially day one. Would you agree?
Yes, it's
Um,
officially day one.
Okay, all right, period. And yeah, I'm excited to speak to you again. Obviously, it's not going to be 3 months till I speak to you, but excited to see where we're at in another 3 months and see where the confidence stays or goes.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, I do want to ask you something pressing,
Mhm.
something shocking, concerning. Others might say. This morning, our Chief Justice, Miss Isabella St. James, announced that the heads of government met and unanimously voted to legalize the death penalty. I do want to ask first and foremost, were you at the time considered one of the heads of government? Were you one of the ones that voted on that? Do you have any words for that?
I was actually not in the decision making for that. It was just the committee that is currently in state. But no, I didn't have any previous say in that.
Okay. Didn't no previous say. Okay. Do you have any opinions, emotions maybe that you want to share about this? I think that, a lot of people are feeling, either one way or the other for it, and
Yeah.
like very obviously so.
Yes. I will. I think that it's definitely scary that it has gotten to that point where we do have to consider that as a option. But I know there are those circumstances where when something so severe has happened and there is no, remorse or any sort of sign of reform or anything like that, that they've already exhausted all of their possibilities and they're still pretty much a grave danger to the city, even in like confinement or anything like that. To where honestly, depending on how heinous this crime, where the death penalty may be needed, obviously it is something that is measured greatly. It's not just gonna be like, oh man, that person really has bothered me in city. I'd love to see them take the chair. Like that's never going to happen. It's going to be something that's taken very seriously. All of the options weighed, seeing if they can just be put in solitary confinement, see if they can like maybe do the life or something else that before it ever reaches that. I honestly don't feel like we would have to see too many of those sentences um, because hopefully even with this coming through, it may make people go, "Oh snap! Maybe don't do that." It shouldn't be a cautionary tale, um, but it is one that where if you do very much cross the line or endanger enough people without, like I said, any of that remorse or sign of reform, and you're of sound mind to do it, it may be the only option if the other options won't work.
Okay, I do appreciate that. Um, I think that might put some people's mind at ease that it's not something that's going to be just thrown around, or it's not something like an everyday citizen,
Yes.
might have to worry about, kind of thing. Do you maybe want to just mention, or are there any what's the best way to word this? How or what charges would you define as necessary for the chair example, like you said, or however lethal injection, however it is that they plan on, pursuing this?
So I would definitely say like mass mass murders. That would be something for sure. Obviously not gonna be like an abundance of fines and parking tickets or anything like that. It definitely have to be something that they are a danger to themselves, others, they have been in that constant danger. They have affected more than one person, they've harmed or it's just pretty much almost unmentionable things they'd have to do um, to where it is just pretty much like the gross gruesome. I don't
Okay.
even know what would like I don't even because I don't have that mindset to have done those type of things.
Sure, sure.
But I would definitely say that anything that obviously makes them a very dangerous person, like mentally, physically, things like that, for multiple like dangerous crimes or brutal or violent. I mean, obviously, murder um, would be considered.
Okay. No, thank you. That I think some people can find comfort in that, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I do, yeah, I mean, that was a lot to read that this morning, so sorry to spring that
Yeah.
on you,
Oh no,
but
you're okay.
yeah,
I definitely would
definitely a
say that
concern of
like
many.
obviously like if something's like self-defense, you're not you're not going to get the death penalty. Like it has to be obviously it'd still be that innocent until proven guilty. If they um have the evidence to prove their innocence and obviously like I said they're able to show some sort of signs of like the remorse and everything, it's a one-time thing, they're not in any danger. um Obviously if they're just going around hoping for the best and going on killing sprees, it's not gonna work that out for them that well.
No, exactly, exactly. Well, I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate you sitting down with us. Before I let you go, because I'm sure you're busy, there's plenty to do. We talked about a full plate earlier. Is there anything that you'd like to say to your constituents?
Yes, thank you once again for voting me in. I am so honored and so excited to work with you and bring Evergreen to its best self. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing day. Stay safe.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Brandy. Congratulations again, and good luck to you.
Thank you.